recording.
Hi, recording.
Hi, recording.
No recording.
Hello.
My God-given right as an American to ignore the UN's definition about anything.
It's fine. While we're playing, I'm going to go find the US definition of a mountain so I can.
I'll
beat
ignore
you
that shit
every
too.
time.
I'll ignore.
On behalf of the American education system, we can ignore whatever we like. So,
Captain Kirk is climbing a mountain. Why is he climbing a mountain?
where last we left our heroes, you had all we had a longer session of finding out more about our items and where they potentially came from,
Cursed or otherwise.
cursed or otherwise. So, with that, that is actually exactly where we left off. Y'all weren't really doing anything else. You weren't going anywhere else. Does anyone have anything off of the back of last week then to start us off with?
Everybody
I
got
do, but everyone's gonna get mad when I bring it up.
probably.
Is it poisoning the entire town?
Is it arguing about hills and mountains?
No, it's about the fact that there's a guy in a nearby Vishanti camp that we're supposed to talk
shut
to.
up.
What? Fine, fuck me, I guess.
You bring this up every time, and we're getting to it.
We're literally sitting here doing nothing.
We're coming off of
everyone else agreed on.
Don't we still have party stuff to do? Isn't
Yeah,
it day
it was.
2?
We're only on day 1 of the
Yeah.
event, and there's 2 more days, I think.
Okay, well then I guess we'll party
you're
for 2
technically on
days.
day 2 right now.
Do we need to be? I know Walker did the lighting ceremony. Is Walker? Are we being strongly advised to remain in town for the next 2 days as well?
At the very least, Walker needs to be at the ceremony every night to light the new sun.
Sick.
Ooh. Well, what did our plan involve that wasn't several days' journey away?
But the Vishanti camp is right there. It's not several days' journey.
Okay, let's go right now.
Okay.
Everybody pack your shit. We'll be back by time to
Sundown.
light the sun.
Sounds good.
Well, now I don't want to go.
Wait, do we light the sun at the start of the ceremony? In the
Yeah, at
morning?
the start of the evening.
Yeah, at the end of the evening.
Is it
Oh,
still
During the
lit?
day, it's more like carnival-esque, and then the actual yeah.
So we've got
But if
that
you will
time.
look at the map, it is in the bottom right corner of the map is where you're headed.
Bottom right?
Bottom left.
Excuse me, bottom left.
Okay.
Oh, it's on the same map. I thought it was
Huh.
further away.
'Tis but a jaunt.
Is that the... I thought that was something else.
Oh, that's the Vishanti camp.
I think there are multiple Vishanti camps, and there is one that's further away, because I also thought the Vishanti camp was multiple days right away.
Yes.
Well,
no,
yeah,
because
that
you
was
guys-
the
you guys
other
are
Vishanti
assuming-
camp.
You guys were, I believe there was a bit of confusion. This is something I meant to clear up. And then we got sidetracked. This is not the camp that you all went to prior. This is a different camp. They have camps throughout Barovia.
Greg doesn't know what's going on, but is just seeing everyone else sort of packing up and moving around, and generally that means something interesting is happening, like Harley rolling 1DF. So is just gonna grab his hammer, and sort of.
Did we take a long rest?
I think we've had a
Oh.
couple.
I think the last we left off
Yes,
was
everyone had a long rest.
Walker and the sheriff were drunk in our room.
No.
That was the
not-
session before.
That was the session before. Last session.
Right.
The last we ended off was when we were talking about all of our gizmos and gadgets.
Yeah.
I forgot that didn't end with. Anyway, okay. Yeah, so fuck it. Grog will go find the Herald, because the Herald's usually. I assume the Herald's usually, like, packed up and ready to go quite early, because everyone else is running around, like, oh, did I forget? And Herald just, like, calmly fixes everything to his horse and then just stands there, brooding.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, he's just good to go at any given time.
Morning.
Morning. Where are we going now?
Fuck if I know. Everyone else was just moving around. I've spent the last day mostly building mud furniture, so if anyone trusts me to know what's going on, that's on them.
How do you build furniture out of mud?
Lots of spit. Grog sort of gestures vaguely to the tree that they were fucking around underneath, and he's like, it's all in there. Probably.
Out of sheer morbid curiosity, I'm going to have a look.
Okay.
Harold's gonna wander over and poke his head in under the tree.
So, presumably, Gullop is maybe still there, and maybe the old man is there? I don't know.
Yep, they're both still there.
Oh, hello.
It's your what has been done in the meantime. It's been a minute. It's got the furniture and everything, but what does it look like now?
I think there is a very earnest attempt to make a chandelier hang from the ceiling that is now like a very gothic horror movie collapse chandelier in the middle of the room, but like it's made of mud. It's not good. None of this is like those like award-winning sandcastles where you're like, wow, I can't believe this is really made out of sand. Like, this is very clearly something that a bunch of people with a big imagination and like a medium amount of skill have taken wet globs of mud and just kind of formed into the shape of a chandelier crashed in the middle of the room. There's a bed on one side, there's a table, there is some kind of like I think Gullop is halfway through trying to dig out like a fight pit because Grog thought a fight pit would be a really good idea. Has not realized that they don't really have room for a fight pit because she realized that a fight pit would be a cool idea and then left to go see what was going on. So that's what's happening under this tree.
So you dug a hole, is what you're saying.
How else do you think we got the mud to make all the things?
I have to admit there is a certain degree of artistry involved here. We appear to be moving out. Do you wish to come with, or are you happy where you are?
If you're speaking,
Well, all right. It's been lovely to talk to you. Goodbye.
Sorry, no, I thought you were talking to Grog. Say that again.
I just said we appear to be heading out, and just asked if they wanted to come with us or if they're happy where they are.
I think I'll stay here with him. I don't think he really should be in probably dangerous situations, not least till he's feeling a bit better.
Fair enough. Well, we won't be going far. We'll probably be back in, well, before nightfall at least.
Right.
Right, I'm going to go and find some of the knows what the bloody hell's going on here.
All right, good luck with whatever you're doing.
Thank you. Good luck with the furniture and whatnot.
Thank you.
You emerge from
Harold.
underneath the tree, and Grug is very enthusiastically trying to play rock, paper, scissors with your horse.
I'm not sure he's Well, actually, hold on a minute, Alan.
He's
Are you-
sapient.
Are you aware of the rules of this game, Alan?
You.
I don't
You
think
get sort of a confused emotion coming back to you.
All right, I'll teach you. Watch. So he shows Alan the 3 different symbols for rock, paper, scissors. He explains which one beats which. And then he says, rock, left foot, paper, right foot, scissors, head.
Okay. Grug throws scissors.
Alan just kind of looks on.
He
Still
really
not.
is your son.
Yeah, just sort of. You can't quite tell if it's intentional or not.
Harold just gives him a little tussle on the head. And it's all right, you'll get it eventually. We're traveling outside of town. Do you wish to come with me, Alan, or would you rather stay at the stable?
He walks alongside. He walks up and walks next to you.
All right, good. I will leave. Juice and an egg can stay here for the time being, and you can come with me. We haven't had much time to talk, have we?
He kind of shakes his head, like shakes his mane out and bumps you again.
See, I fucking knew he was sapient. Grug pushes into the inn, offended that the horse did not want to play rock, paper, scissors with him a little bit. Grug is gonna head up to the bedroom and just walk in and be like, "Hey, where are we fucking going?"
we're going right now to
I said,
this place. Freya points at the map.
"Kind of looks like a butthole."
I mean, we did draw with a brown ink around it, so it kind of does look like a. Well, we're going over there.
Why?
Karth wants to meet a guy who is over there.
Oh, so Karth wants to go meet someone, and we're there to make sure that person doesn't beat him to death.
Yeah, actually, that's pretty close.
I mean, it happens a lot. I would understand why
Does
we're
happen a
worried
lot.
about this. Even he's done it. And Grog waves at brother.
Guy whose name we can never fucking remember.
I'm struggling enough
Ismark,
remembering
isn't it?
real people's names, let alone fictional characters.
It's Ismark. His name is Ismark.
Grog waves at Ismark.
The only reason I remember it is because it sounds like Bismarck.
Mm-hmm.
He turns around, having not been listening to this conversation and been talking, and goes, "What I."
You're
Yes.
the first person to start the chain of people beating the shit out of Karth.
Remember when you killed Karth for a minute?
I do. Yes.
He deserved
Grog gives you the thumbs up.
it.
Right. Yes. And also the hags are also here. And they're starting to take their leave at this point.
Oh shit, the cookie.
Yes, Bella comes over and goes, "Your cookie, Grog."
Aw, thank you. I'm gonna save this for dinner.
To
Unless I
enjoy.
should eat it right now.
No, I think it best you save it for dinner.
Okay.
And she kind of looks around, like kind of fake looks around, like see if no one's looking, and then gives you another cookie and says, "And this one's for dessert."
You get me. Grog holds up a hand for a high five.
She looks and then just kind of that awkward, like, I've never given a high five before, but I'm gonna try kind of high five. Just tap.
Yeah. Don't die. And Grog heads back downstairs.
I don't plan on it. Oh, right. Does anybody else have any unfinished business?
Do I still
think
have a
that's
gaping
why
hole in my
he's
back?
still alive. He's powered by unfinished business.
Say that again.
I said I think that's why the Herald's still alive. He's powered by unfinished business.
I mean, before
Pretty
you
much,
leave.
yeah.
You've been healed, but the skin on your back is very tender.
Okay.
Tender
Yeah, I was gonna
from
say,
where
does that
you.
have any implications to how I do things?
Say again?
Does that have any implications to how I do things?
No, it's just. Remember, you slept, so clearly the skin your sister tore off you is no longer an issue.
Ah,
Because that's
gotcha.
just how this works.
You had some healing. You're fine. All right. We go.
We're off to see the wizard, the wonderful Wizard of Oz.
Are you
Don't
taking
sing.
any of the NPCs with you, or are you leaving them here?
They probably don't need to come. We should leave it up to them.
Nope, it is up to you.
I am not taking Drindar.
You have walked off the ship, so to speak, in this video game, and you're being asked if this is the final party. Party
Alright.
selection screen. You get.
I am not taking Drindar.
Fair enough.
Everyone gets to come. So we can keep an eye on them.
Juicin is aforementioned gonna stay behind with Egg.
Okay.
I'm just gonna bring Alan.
Okay. Walker?
Walker's gonna look at Otto and just kind of open a hand, like, "Do you want to come?"
It is up to you whether or not the NPCs come.
I know. I didn't know if he was in the middle of doing something. No, we'll leave him.
Okay. And I guess Freya and Tyr, you have Quirk, who is here, who's sort of your bard lore person.
Quirk is here?
Yes, he's been here the whole time.
Which one's Quirk? Is this the Aarakocra?
Yeah.
Quirk can stay here.
Okay. And I will
Perhaps
say,
we should ask Tom if he wants to come with us.
Ismark and Irina are staying. Irina wants to be able to live her life. She doesn't think walking into a sort of the enemy camp is like the way to go about it.
Probably a good idea.
Tom will come.
Okay.
Oh, sure. If you think you need me, I'll come with you.
Well, you never know, there might be vampires. You've certainly proven yourself useful in that respect.
Yeah, a useful distraction.
But useful nonetheless.
Do you want a useful distraction on your gravestone?
I'll think about it.
No, don't take too long. I think that's everyone, because Gullop's staying with the old man.
Yep.
Cool. Let's go to the Vishanti camp.
Alrighty.
Presumably everything inside the walls of the town, or the fence of the town, is like pretty chill given that the party's going on. Also, it's the morning after, so I have to assume things are actually fairly quiet right now.
Yeah, no, right now not many people are up and about.
Shout out to these fuckers living outside the walls. They're either very fancy or very poor.
Who are we looking at? Oh, those.
These
Yeah.
houses here.
You actually find a lot of them abandoned.
Makes sense.
Or at least they look abandoned at first glance.
Grog looks at this path versus this path and goes, I mean, we've got to turn left at some point. Which one are we taking?
Let's take the
Well, I'd
later
rather
one.
not turn into the woods. Unless we absolutely have to.
The less time we
literally
spend in
both
the woods, the better.
Fine. Grog will saunter off in this direction.
All right.
As we're walking, Harold is just gonna like stand next to, he's not riding Alan, he's walking alongside him, and he's just sort of gently explaining to him what's happened since they got there and why they're there and what they're doing and all that jazz.
Fair enough.
In universe previously on.
Exactly.
When we get to about here, Grog is gonna look at Karth and be like, wait, you the whole reason we're here is for you. You go in front. Why am I in front?
I assumed it was so that if someone got beaten to death, it was not me.
We're literally going here so you can get beaten to death by a third guy, right?
No, we're going here to talk to someone who, according to a crazy witch lady, is in Strahd's pocket but doesn't want to be.
Like, only one of them?
Yeah, the rest of them might try to kill us if we get found out.
I can only see this going well.
So my plan is to tell the rest of them that I'm here to hire the first guy to do some assassin-y stuff.
Okay, so would that lie work better if you didn't walk in there with like 9 other people?
Well, you see, at that point, I think they might kill me just for my magic cloak.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because the Vishanti are like thieves and cutthroats and bandits and shit.
So at least 3 of those things you also are. So you should be fine. And Grog shoves you to the front.
Okay, fine. Fuck, I'll go in the front. Jesus.
All right, so go ahead and make let's see. Make me a survival check as you lead them on.
Yay. 18.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Do.
Okay. So as you all arrive, you see in a distance a new map.
A new map.
A new map.
Darkness.
This sure does look like a blank screen.
It's
Mm.
probably because our tokens aren't on it.
Yeah. Once our tokens are on it, we're fine.
It's a tall map.
One second.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, there's nothing. There's not much to
Ooh.
hide here.
The horses.
Oh my
You
god!
do,
look how
yeah. You
torched
can
that
hear
is.
them as you're sort of approaching. Y'all can pull. Y'all are up here, so if you can pull your tokens in. Walker, I pulled you in already. You are very small here. That is the way it is meant to be. There's a clearing here in the woods, with a grass-covered hill with houses built into the sides of the hill. If you look at the bottom of the map, you can see sort of the view that you're actually seeing as you're approaching.
Oh, that's cool. Grog just
The
kind of nods.
buildings have very elegantly carved woodwork and decorative lanterns hanging from the eaves. The eaves are also sculpted. Atop the hill, there's a bit of fog up sort of the midway, and then atop the hill is an extremely large tent. There's a column of smoke pouring out of it that's attributing to the fog. And it seems fairly brightly lit. You can also smell the horses sort of as you're approaching, and you can hear them because there's quite a few of them.
Well, there's one thing that sets you apart from the Vishanti, Garth. You're not a good architect.
What the fuck?
Did they build these houses, or were they there already?
You have no idea how good I am or am at architecture.
Mm-hmm. I'm just gonna assume the worst.
I'm good at everything.
Catching strays for no reason.
I'm.
Right, then answer me this. What's the difference between a cottage and a bungalow?
A what?
A cottage and a bungalow. That's what I thought.
Damn.
Grog gives the herald a high five.
Do you know, Grog?
I never said I was good at architecture. I just said Garth wasn't.
Hmm.
But my guess would be that a cottage is what witches who eat children live in, and bungalows are what old people who have enough money when they retire live in.
Harold kind of looks up a little as if he's thinking and is just like, yeah, you know what, that's close enough.
Now, hold up. Actually, a bungalow is a cottage, but it's specifically one that has been built after a certain time period when the word bungalow was popularized by realtors. It's a nonsense term for something that already had a perfectly good word.
Freya's
I
walking
liked
in.
my answer better, and I didn't have a god
There
of
you are.
knowledge in my head to help me cheat.
And a cottage is just a small house, often near a lake or beach.
Fucking
Right.
get up the
Freya,
hill.
Mm-hmm.
as you reach there, you do see here.
Oh shit! Fuck.
No, no.
I don't know. You all
I'm in
were
the
back there
lead.
talking. Freya walked up.
Okay.
I didn't want to hear all this discussion.
This guy walks down to about here. You see, well, you're not even sure if it is a guy, because all you can see is this sort of pale gray cloak that covers everything. The hood is down, so you can't see the face, and then the cloak closes and goes all the way down, and you can barely see the boots underneath. At the bottom, basically skims the grass.
Ghost costume.
Is he?
Harold just
He walks
just
up
instinctively
and he
lays his
goes.
hand on the pommel of his sword.
He walks up and goes, "Hail!
Hail!
Who approached
Hail
us?"
to you.
We are adventurers. We wanted to see if you were accepting visitors.
Okay, I guess I'm not sure. Fuck. Just walk behind the herald.
We'll go on, Garth. You're the one who wanted to talk to them.
Now, apparently Freya wants to talk to him.
Follow the hill around. And he gestures sort of this way.
Pat.
Follow the
All right,
hill.
thank you very much.
When you reach the third house past this one, ask for Casimir. He'll speak with you.
Thank you for the
Well, let's go
direction.
then.
And he turns and walks up this way, back to his post, and turns.
Come on, Walker. Jesus.
Oh.
Freya turns to Karth and is like, "Do you want to do the talking?"
I mean, I wasn't gonna tell them we were adventurers.
I mean,
What
what else would
else
we
do you
tell
think?
them?
That was gonna say we were travelers.
Many travelers in Barovia.
Not many adventurers either.
Valid.
Well, in particular, generally
What?
speak.
As this guard looks at you and then looks up to this house, and you see a lantern flash, and then the guard turns to pick up his own lantern and turns to face this way.
Interesting system they have here.
Well met, friend. We're
Harold
does
just
Respond.
puts a fist to his chest in a sort of, casual salute as he passes.
I
It's
just
hard. It's hard to tell if he nods back or not. Just they're very unmoving within this. This does not feel. By the way, so far, other than the tent, which at the very top of the hill, and the carts that you see along the edge, which are very clearly Vishanti. It's the same kind of builds that they use. This does not feel like that down here, though.
Mhm. I just once we're past the guy, but before we get up to this next one, Karth is gonna whisper to Freya. I just think that maybe telling the people who work for the guy we're here to kill that we're adventurers is a bad plan. on account of adventurers come here to kill that guy usually.
I mean, you probably shouldn't say out loud what we're here to do.
That's why I said I was whispering.
Make a stealth check.
Oh, you want a stealth check? If I stealth check, you're not going to hear what I say.
Fair enough.
Well, if all else fails, Alan has a spare pair of shoes in his pack. We could claim they were shoe salesmen.
Does that work?
That might be the funniest thing you've ever said.
The Herald's usually funny. You guys just aren't listening to it.
I was known for having a sense of humor.
What else were you known for?
Ooh.
Well, lots of things.
Tell us more.
That was vague.
That was...
Were you known for being vague? Or did you pick that up after dying?
The latter, yes.
No. The
just never
mysteries from
really-
beyond the veil.
I've
Ghosts
never
are
really
all
had
about that
much.
shit.
I've never had much need to discuss it outside of my three traveling companions.
And yet
Even
here
I
you are
don't
with an
really share much
opportunity.
with.
Hmm?
What was that, Walker?
I said, and yet here you are with an opportunity.
I mean, not much of one.
Well, maybe when the chance presents itself and we're not, busy.
Right. Hail. We're travelers. We were told to tell you that we're here to speak with Casimir.
There's a silence, and one of them disappears inside. And then, man steps out. Let's see. Yeah, they've done the thing where they don't give a good description. But Casimir has sort of dark purple skin. Not like bright purple, but like a very muted, dull purple. His hair is white. He has very long, tapered ears. He looks like some kind of elf. I think of the people here, Freya and Tyr are the most well-traveled. So I would say they're very secretive people that you have met dusk elves before. You're a little surprised to see them here. And then kind of looking, you realize that all of those in the gray cloaks are dusk elves.
How frequently do we see these dusk elves?
I say you would have probably met them once before at like an enclave. And you might have done work for them that one time, but it's not like you're like welcome. They're not unwelcoming. They just tend to stay in very remote locations and keep to themselves.
And we haven't seen any while
did
we were
they-
here. Like at the
Oh,
other
no.
Vishanti camp.
No, this
Do
is the
they
first.
still live in the Underdark in this canon?
So those that live in the Underdark are dark elves or drow. Those are not dusk elves. Remember, there's like 5 million kinds of elves.
I assumed the ones with purple skin and white hair were just the drow.
Wrong purple.
Oh, okay.
Drow actually are supposed to have like pale gray skin.
Yeah.
Someone
They-
told that to their portraits.
Think more purple, like sort of that pale purple at night, the night sky kind of pale purple. When we say dusk, we don't mean like, oh, time of day. We mean the way the sky looks. We're a very star and like oriented people.
Fair enough. Oh, they're literally from Ravenloft. Okay, that explains why I've never fucking heard of them.
Also explains why we don't see them very much outside of Barovia. Are you Casimir then?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. I am Karth, the Kobold. I'm a professional by trade, and I was hoping you might be able to point me in the direction of someone else who is also a professional by trade. Particularly one who deals in the more uh, subtle side of business.
You see. Well, you'll be wanting one of the Vishanti then.
Are
Some of
they
them are up in the tents currently. The rest are out for now.
open to speaking with outsiders currently?
Normally, I'd say yes.
Is today
They're in a
not
bit of a
normal?
mood
Ah,
today. One of their
Is there a
leaders,
particular reason?
one of their leaders' daughter has gone missing.
What is it with this
does
place and daughters?
well,
Grog looks at the herald and like sticks 2 fingers at either side of his mouth and does a like, you know, and then points a thumb in the vague direction of where Grog thinks the fucking castle is.
but Grog, it's that way. We passed it on the way. Well, as unfortunate as that is to hear, it does present an opportunity because I have recently found that I'm quite good at finding missing daughters. Would they be willing? Do you think they'd be willing to uh, um, make a trade?
Perhaps. You may go up and ask. Walk back around and take the road up.
Thank you, Casimir. Safe travels.
And you.
Do 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 do.
Insert walking music.
Do any of you?
No, Karth makes that noise.
You guys can
Makes
jump.
like
You guys can jump back up to the top where the road goes up. Instead of
Also,
walking
Karth
all
is
the way
like
around.
kayfabe singing that as we're going.
yeah, no, literally just do 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 do.
You can jump up here to the wagon.
Pew.
I will say, did anyone look back as you walked away?
Sure.
Yes,
Roll a
but only
perception
because
check.
Grog is one of those people who, when they're walking, will turn around and start walking backwards to either better talk to people or just see what's going on behind them.
Walker is physically incapable of walking without her head on a swivel. She's just been
Karth
Yes,
did
but does that
not
mean you
look
looked
back.
fully behind you as you started to walk away?
like immediately after. Probably not immediately after.
Karth did not look back because looking back shows a breach of confidence, and would in his mind compromise the operation.
You can't see what he said. You can't make out what he says. Grog. You can't make it out because he says something to one of the guards outside his home. But you can see he looks after you. He just sort of shakes his head and then re-enters the building.
I don't think he liked us very much.
Most people don't.
I don't think he has to.
I can't tell if this gif is positive or not,
It's Roman Reigns. It could be either.
She's just letting you
He's a mysterious man.
take the lead. She's like, you want to do the talking, you gotta do the talking.
Alright, well, what happens when we get to the carts?
I am looking. There's a lot of. Each cart has an individual letter. Hold on.
Oh, there's Roman Reigns in the middle of the camp there.
That does look like him, doesn't it?
Literally the head of the table.
Hmm.
As you approach this wagon here, you see three Vishanti, two men and a woman, just absolutely just passed out in front of, like, one is leaning up against the cart, one is actually laying on top of the wagon, and another is just sort of laying under the wagon with, like, legs sticking out, and they are just passed out entirely.
Excuse
Shut
me?
your fucking mouth.
I did! Excuse me?
You also hear a lot of let's see,
Listen, I see the horses.
loud
I'm
noises coming from
loud
this.
how? Like, are we talking like people partying?
Loud
Music?
voices, laughter, and also shouts of anger.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm gonna go knock on this one.
The back flap opens up, and a guy goes, "Eh, what can I
Hail.
do for you?"
Hail. I am Karth the Kobold, professional by trade. Casimir said that you might have need of someone to find something.
Ah, you're looking for the bosses. They're in the tent. You got gold?
Some?
You like dice?
I do, but I'm working right now and I'm afraid I can't play.
Ah! And he goes back in and the tent flap shuts. And you start hearing the noises ramp up again inside the tent.
Charming.
All right. We're in.
How are these horses looking?
So, let's see.
I love that we left Walker and Tyr back with Casimir.
They just haven't moved.
So many numbers. Hang on.
Tyr got way too busy reading through his diary trying to find the last entry about dusk elves, and he looked up and everyone was gone.
Like,
So it's 12 draft horses, and it looks to be 6 riding horses, all tied up.
Is that enough for the number of carts, or is this?
Yeah, they're
Okay.
for the carts. Yes. Assuming, wait. Yeah, it's one
Harold
horse
is
per cart.
gonna Harold is gonna motion Alan over to the other horses and just say, "Go make friends. See what you can find out."
Oh, sorry, 24 draft horses. It's 2 per cart.
this is not 24 horses.
I'm aware. I just counted. It is. There are 24. Use your imagination.
Yeah, I'm assuming the horses aren't
actually-
There also aren't
two-
6
2
riding
meters
horses
by
there
2 meters
either.
wide.
There's only
Yeah,
4.
actually, I have a question, T. Are these horse tokens sat on top of actual horses drawn onto the map?
Uh-huh.
So why are they tokens?
Maybe
So
they'll
they
need
can
to beat the shit out of us.
In case they join combat. I don't know.
Are you gonna make
Our
us fight
imagination.
Are you gonna make us fight a dozen draft horses?
2 dozen
I
draft
actually
horses.
very sensibly assumed that there was a chance that one of us would pick a fight with a horse for no fucking reason. Anyway, what do they do when the herald gets the tent?
So, let's see. There are multiple, as you walk up, Harold, you see that, and there are multiple empty casks of wine. You hear, as you're walking up to the tent, the crack of a whip. And you hear someone shout. As you walk and kind of look in, you can see there are 3 fires that are filling the room with the tent with smoke, so it's a little bit hazy. There's a bunch of Ashanti passed out in various places, sort of on the dead grass within the tent. There is one man who's hugging the center tent pole. He's bound there. There's an older, larger man standing behind him with studded leather, and he's the one with the whip. There is also a third man standing sort of in the back and behind the very large man, also in studded leather. And you see him put a hand as you are walking up. You see him; he puts a hand on the larger man. So the smaller man puts a hand on the larger one and goes, "Easy, brother. I think Alexei has learned his lesson." And that's the scene you walk in on.
Harold's just gonna like put his hand on Karth's shoulder as if to say, like, let's give them a second to like finish whatever's going on here, and then we can introduce ourselves.
How did you reach my shoulder from all the way up there?
Very
He does
long arms.
squats.
How did you? I just want to remind everybody that Karth very much does walk around on all 4s most of the time. That was a thing established very early on. Karth scurries and scuttles like a lizard.
Oh, he's gonna go down to a knee then, and then just sort of at your
Like,
level.
He'll stand up to speak to people, but he wants to be as
Also,
go
ahead.
He wants to be as unimposing as possible most of the time.
We need to
There
show
makes
Karth
sense.
a single horror movie to let him know that scuttling around like a fucking creature on the floor is like an easy way to be very imposing.
So I'll say if you, I will say they also each bear on their armor. They each wear the mark of Strahd. So Strahd's coat of arms is on each of their pieces of armor.
Well, when they're done, I assume taking Alexi down, or whatever they're gonna do for Alexi, Karth is gonna step into the tent and stand up, and
Yeah, they cut him
hail,
loose and he goes and puts his shirt on and takes a big drink of something.
hail. I am Karth the Kobold, professional by trade. I have come to seek out. I've come here to hire another professional, and I've been told by Casimir that you're all missing somebody, and I was hoping we might be able to work out a quid pro quo.
Brother, the bigger one speaks, looking to the smaller man. Am I hallucinating, brother? What was the wine bad? Is that the tiny dragon? And the other one looks and goes, I do not know, brother. Hey, are you a tiny dragon?
Uh, Technically, yes.
Fuck me. What do you want?
I want to speak with the one known as Erigal, and I want to help you find your missing daughter.
Oh, that's him, my brother. That's your name. He goes, yeah. How do you know my name?
I spoke with a wise woman at another Vishanti camp, and she said that you would be able to help me, and that I would be able to help you if I sought you out. And so I
The
did.
witch, the witch, the witch, the witch, the witch. Well, come on in. I am Marigold. This is Luvash. We are the leaders here at the camp. Luvash. Luvash looms over you and goes, I do not know what your business with my brother is, but if you think you can help find my daughter, I would be grateful.
I and my companions are incredibly good at finding things and people, so I will almost certainly be able to find your daughter and whatever thing took her. In fact, I have in my acquaintanceship 2 professional thing finders. Freya, Tyr, get in here.
No, that's not
Coming.
what we are.
It is that not
Just
what you
pretend it is
do?
for the time being.
Is
Eh, she is gone. She is gone. Because this idiot did not keep good eye on her. And Alexei goes, she is not my daughter. He goes, you want more lashes? No, no, no. It was my fault. But Jesus Christ, the brat doesn't sit still. Ah. And you watch Aragol sort of slip between the two.
Um,
uh I guess first things first, are we talking like an adult daughter, or are we talking like a child daughter?
She's 7 years old.
Okay. Was she in camp when she went missing?
Well, was she, Alexi? Alexi goes, "Nah, she was in camp."
Alexei, where in camp was she when you last saw her?
He looks, even that he looks over at Luvash, and Aragal kind of steps in and goes, "You've already taken your punishment, Alexi. It's fine. You can say it again. You're all right." And then Alexi goes, "It was over by the gaming tent. The gaming cart.
The loud one?
Uh-huh.
Over by. Were you perhaps partaking in a game?
Or 5.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And you say you've already punished him for this.
Luvesh holds up the whip.
Okay. Well, Alexei, I'm going to go over to the gaming tent, and I'm going to see if I can find anything useful. And I want you to know that regardless of what punishment Luvash and Aragal here have given you, if I find this girl and she's been hurt because of this, I'm going to crawl down your throat
Hey, Luvash
your
steps up,
intestine.
kind of, because he's really drunk. He steps up and goes, only I get to threaten my people. Unless I pay you, you do nothing."
How long has
You
she
should
been missing?
you should pay me to do this. He
I
needs
might,
to
though.
remember.
I might. What was your question? Holy shit, what the fuck are you?
Holy shit,
Tall.
what the fuck are you?
Very tall. How long has she been?
Harold has stayed outside the tent, by the way, for this precise reason, to not like make them go, "Holy shit, what the fuck?"
What the fuck are you? I feel like Harold being a paladin, we risk his shining presence giving these poor drunk idiots a headache.
She
The
went
armor is
He's got a
missing.
tarnished
cloak
when
on
you put
just
it
now.
on.
She went missing after supper yesterday.
Where have you looked for her so far?
All over. I send out my Vishanti, and I send out the Dusk Elves, and they go look too, because they're the nature crap kind of people.
Sure.
They look all over.
Sure. In like an organized grid pattern or just based on vibes?
What's a grid?
Excellent. Do you have a map?
I have a map.
Somewhere?
Get me your map, please.
Why do you want to see our map?
Because your map will have the little paths you use that she knows that won't be on our map. And therefore, if we use our map to plan our search, we won't check the little paths that she likes to walk to get to her little places that she likes, and we might not find her.
What do you mean little baths?
You know, like when you want to go from the big tent to the paddock and you're supposed to walk around like 4 tents, so instead you skip through some and you take more of a straight line even though it's not officially the path.
He looks confused, and Aragal steps forward and goes, I think you misunderstand. Sir, friend, this is a very small encampment. There's no walking around. And when we ride, we take the main roads, because the wagons.
Yeah, but I bet you don't always walk the main roads.
Fuck no, why would we ever walk when we can ride?
Right? So she might not be on the main roads. And I don't know the fast way to cut through that you guys maybe use when you're just riding or when you're walking. So if I
Did I not speak and just say that we ride on main road?
You said
They
you
don't.
fuck no.
They don't. They don't go through the trees. So
Did he not say fuck no? Why would we ride on the main roads?
no,
No,
he
I
said
what-
fuck
why
no.
would
Why
we
would we
fucking
walk?
if we have carts?
How does she get around?
In a fucking cart.
Walker just raises both of her hands and is like, I can't explain desire
Grog-
paths to you.
Grog
So-
pats you on the calf and goes, "You are too hungover for this. Let Karth talk."
Oh, I'm way too fucking hungover for this. Just give me a fucking map and we'll plan your fucking search. And if you can recall your people, we'll do it in a more organized way than just based on fucking vibes.
How am I supposed to recall them? They're out looking.
You don't have like a signal, so if something happened at camp, they could all come back.
The attack alarm, but they're likely to shoot you from a distance if they see a stranger in camp and that alarm going off.
I would like to not get shot.
What's the harm
I would
of
like to
letting
not get
them
shot.
walk
Fine,
around?
we will search, and I guess we'll just fucking hope. I would love anything to cure this hangover.
I'm. Grog looks at Karth and then looks back at Walker and is like, "We can also track people. That's a thing.
I mean, I'm assuming that if they put a bunch of fucking druids and shit on tracking, then it's not gonna be that easy. I'm just saying,
I
we
mean-
need like a backup plan for like a systematic search in case we can't just track her.
I can track a farewell.
Continues pointing between Karth.
Tom speaks up.
Who speaks up?
Tom, because I can track.
Holy
It's not that
fucking
we
shit,
can't
Tom!
track.
You
It's
brought
not
him.
that we can't. It's not that we can't track. It's that they've had a bunch of drunk people wandering around in the dark looking for her. So tracking her might be hard. I'm just saying a fallback thought. I don't.
I didn't send the drunk people out.
Okay, listen.
The sober ones go.
I
And the elves, they don't drink.
I-
withdraw my statement.
Walker, I am fairly certain that I will be able to tell the difference. No offense to your good people, Aragal, between a bunch of giant lumberfoot tracks and a 7-year-old girl's footprints.
And whatever took her.
And definitely whatever. If something took her and I see those tracks, that's not going to look like someone wearing boots. Now, Tom, you're with me.
It fucking might if it's a vampire.
Vampires don't leave tracks.
Grog puts
Do they seriously
his
not
head in
leave-
his hand and then wanders out of the tent because even he can tell the social interaction is going badly and is bored of it.
Have you ever seen Freya leave behind a boot print?
I've never looked. Yeah, Walker's just gonna.
I look all the time.
Kath's
Freya
got it.
never leaves behind boot prints.
Kath's in charge.
Anyways,
you really keep putting your fucking foot in it, Jesus.
All right, Tom, you're gonna help me out with this one. Walker, can you cast guidance on me?
Yeah.
Should I just stick my finger up my ass then?
Grog, hold on. I'm having Tom help me so that mechanically I get advantage on the roll. If you would also like to make an independent attempt to track, with someone else helping you for you to get advantage.
I was assuming you were gonna give advantage, but you have now picked Tom over Grog, and Grog is now pissy about that. You're
Oh,
welcome.
I'm sorry, Grog. Are you well versed in tracking?
I literally said that was it. Fucking whatever. Let's go find a small child.
Well, no, if you want to help, I would appreciate your help. You're a
I
valued
would like
member
to
of
help.
our party, and I want you
Oh,
to
and
be able
Tom
to.
isn't. That's how you guys sound. by
I'll
the
just
way.
fucking kill myself right now. I'll just.
I think we're really giving the people who just hired us a lot of faith in the fact that we can do this.
You know, this is
We're
going great.
outside. They can't hear me.
Do you
You hear a
know how
shout from the
tents
distance.
work?
I didn't agree to pay you anything.
Yeah,
You're
see, we're not
technically
even hired.
Then why are we doing it?
Anyways, I go Karth and Tom, and Karth drags
Not-
everybody over to the gaming thing, and with Freya casting guidance,
No,
Karth is going to perform
I'm not casting
a survival
guidance.
check. What?
I'm not casting guidance.
Walker, I'm sorry. There's a lot of names. Anyways, I would like to roll survival to see if I can track where the little girl went from the gaming cart.
Go for it.
And with Tom's help, can I roll with advantage?
Yes.
Nice.
So that is a 27 total.
Hang on a second. You do see child tracks with a 27. And you can see that at least for a bit she wandered off down the road and off into the hit, like off into the valley below the hill.
Okay.
And from there you follow her to the edge, where her tracks. You do see it looks like there was a brief sort of disturbance in the bushes on the edge of the forest. And then her tracks leave the ground. And it
looks
takes
up.
you a bit, and you have a general direction. We're gonna go to the big map. Hold on.
Do you have find object prepared?
Yeah, boy.
You know, classified under Sword Coast law, children are 9 times out of 10 referred to, legally speaking, as the property of their parents. You could maybe possibly cast find object on a
Locate
whole
object.
child.
Technically, it's an object familiar to you, and I don't even have a description of this child.
I mean, she
Also,
is,
a child is not an object.
legally speaking.
Legally,
Yes, they are.
go fuck here.
I
so.
don't think legally. I don't think I.
The spell does
There
not
is-
care about the
No,
legality of man.
Let me put it this way. Walker gets her powers from Paylor. Paylor does not think that people, small or large, are objects. Therefore, locate objects does not work on people when it's powered by Paylor.
Does Paylor not think?
I would imagine not.
Paylor's portfolio includes sun and agriculture. I don't think anyone's ever asked Paylor about it. I don't think.
I don't have Ori prepped right now, but like it's fine. We'll do that another day.
We'll do that
Nice
another.
try, Karth. Anyway.
Spend a fucking 6th level spell to be like, hey, what's your opinion on children and their rights as living creatures?
Are children people?
Are children
The most
people?
controversial thread in Forgotten Realms history.
You see
3,000 forum pages, thread locked by moderator.
That's what Paylor is gonna
You-
do.
you do see that there is a one of the Dusk Elves is sort of watching you from one of the buildings, like standing outside, and just is definitely turned in your direction, watching you.
Grog waves back. Like big hand overhead, full elbow waving.
Is there always someone outside your house?
Who's Karth asking?
The elf.
Oh,
We are nowhere near the elf.
you're at the edge of the clearing. He's all the way back
They are
to the hill,
just-
which is in the center.
They
So
are
you
just
can shout
watching
that to
us.
him.
Oh yeah, Karth is shouting.
What? Why are you yelling?
Because he's over there. I want to talk to him, but he's over there. It's the purpose of...
We're in the middle of something, dude.
He- Not
This
shout
is
back.
pertinent.
Is it?
What?
No.
What
He
What do
does
you
not
mean?
shout back.
What do you mean, no, it's not pertinent?
Grog gestures at the tracks on the floor.
I mean, if... Give me fucking 2 seconds, and Karth is gonna scurry scuttle over to the elf real quick and be like, hey, is there always someone standing outside your house watching people?
He looks down and he goes, "Yes, we try to keep watch."
Cool. Around the time when the Vishanti child went missing, who was standing and watching?
He doesn't answer your question.
Okay. Listen, I'm not with the Vishanti. All right. I'm just here to hire a guy to do a job, and I have to do this to hire that guy. I don't care. I'm not going to rat you out. I would like to know who was standing here so I can ask them one question, and then I'm going to leave. And you will probably never have to speak to me again ever.
They are mostly searching in that direction, as that was the last direction we saw the child go.
Okay. Did you see anything super big flying
No,
on the day the child was taken?
no.
Do I believe him?
Roll insight. Yeah, he's telling the truth.
Cool. Thanks. Bye. All right. I go back over to the tracks. All right. So here's what we got so far. They didn't see anything, but based on how the tracks are going, kid wandered over this way. There was a scuffle. Something flew off with her. Going that way. Probably.
Two things. One, as soon
Flew.
as you say they don't know anything, Grug dramatically slaps both hands either side of her face and goes, "What? You mean they didn't think to ask the people on watch already? That's crazy."
Grog.
Also, B, do we know something took off with her? Like, out of character. Did I
I
miss
mean,
that?
she got lifted up into the air and then isn't hung from a nearby tree, which means something took her somewhere.
I can
Strahd
lift
did not travel
children.
at great speed, literally flew.
I can lift a child into the air. That doesn't make me magic.
Are there other boot prints going northwards, T? After the children boot prints disappear?
You're gonna have to make another survival check. You're not gonna be able to live on one survival check on this one.
Tom? Actually, no. Grog, you're helping me this time. Can I get guidance again, please? Walker. Yay. 22.
Okay. Just so you know, I'm bringing you here just because this is going to be easier to track.
Mm-hmm.
So you are headed off into the woods in this direction.
In a northeasterly direction.
With the 22, yeah, you do. It takes you the better part of the early afternoon, but you do manage to trace it to this path.
All right. What do you got for me on this path?
It's a path. It's a small footpath. Looks like it's used by hunters mostly.
Okay. We've got lumberfoot tracks here. We've got some slightly more skillful lumberfoot tracks here. I don't. Do I see any more children footprints?
No.
I'm gonna look up again just to make sure that she's not like just speared on a tree branch above us.
Nothing that you see.
Okay. I guess I'll. What did I follow here exactly?
Boot tracks. Remember the 21 or 22?
Yeah.
It was heavy, like someone was carrying something heavy.
As soon as we started finding the boot tracks, Grug did go, "Something flew off with her," and points
Oh,
the fucking boot tracks.
What the fuck? That was me, Harley, not being given all the information. I was told she was lifted up and then nothing else.
Because you hadn't moved into the woods.
In a world where we know there's at least one fucking dragon and a bunch of vampires around, people can be fucking grab-napped and flown away.
What's the D&D version of Occam's razor?
Occam's razor. It's a 4th level spell.
Occam's razor is a legendary item.
Ah,
All right, well, I would like to find more boot tracks like they're carrying something. And I will roll another survival check
Go for it.
with guidance. $20.
What is it?
20.
20? Yeah, you see that it does start to take a path. And on the path, it's much easier to follow. And it does seem to head back to town. Like, you kind of breach the trees here and realize this person definitely headed back into town. Or at
Oh,
least
shit.
towards town.
Okay.
Well, hey, Walker got the sheriff drunk, so now we can just tell him that someone's kidnapped a small child and watch him use his magic demon hand to, I don't know, set a building on fire. What do you think it does?
I don't know.
I
Karth
think it sets things on fire.
is going to give a cursory glance around to see if the boot prints continue towards the gate. Or if they like veer off in any direction.
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
Is this a thing I could have Grog help with?
No.
Okay.
14. This path is fairly well traveled, and you're starting to see a lot of heavy boot prints. All similar make.
But
Here
there are
coming
no
to the
boot
left.
but there aren't any boot prints obviously leaving the path.
Oh, there's plenty. Some that go off this way, some that go off this way, both into the woods. Some look like they're headed in this direction. Like they start heading in all kinds of directions. This is apparently a well-traveled sort of little field.
Hey
And
Walker,
even looking around, you can see a couple of hunters who have veered off and are walking sort of this direction.
I found your convenience paths, Walker.
Thank you. See, it's always people fucking.
Now, but Grog is right. The simplest answer is probably the correct one. So I'm gonna go to the gate guard and be like, "Hey, what's up? About 2 days ago, 2 days, right, T?
Yesterday.
Yesterday, did someone come through the gate with like a little girl, about 7?
I don't rightly know. I could ask around. I wasn't on duty yesterday.
Who was
Who's
on duty
asking?
yesterday?
I'm sorry. Who's asking?
Karth the Kobold, working in conjunction with the sheriff to investigate a missing person.
I have to check on that, but I'll send word. I don't rightly know who was on yesterday.
You should send word quickly. Time is of essence.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. He goes over to the little guard shack, talks to somebody, and someone heads into town.
Please back me up. Please back me up. Please back me up.
I think Walker killed him.
Walker didn't kill him. They're dating.
What if
No.
I
Oh
don't
yeah,
think
they got drunk. They played cards together. That's dating.
I think that's a strong word for what's happening here.
it's also
Okay.
not
No,
at
no, no,
all
no.
what
I get. No, I get it. I get it, Karth. Remember, these people live a lot longer than kobolds do, on average.
I
Dating's
want
a
to.
bit more complicated for them.
I want to
It's
be
very
clear.
boring.
If a kobold has drinks with you and plays cards with you, you're not dating. That's you're already broken up and divorced at that point.
What are
I'm pretty
we?
sure that, given how long we've been traveling, Karth has had drinks and played cards with most of this party.
I'm also 50. So
Yeah.
I have a bit more perspective on life than your average kobold.
Takes about 20 minutes, and then the sheriff comes rolling out. He is in sort of his hide armor. That's
It's
really
the
just sort of like a like a hide vest with the furs, like the fur
uh
shoulders, and he comes in and goes,
as hold on. As
"I
soon
heard
as
you're
he
looking for a missing
T,
girl. What the hell's going on?"
hold on,
Yep.
T. As soon as he steps within view and 30 feet of Karth,
Mm-hmm.
telepathically investigating a missing Vishanti child, critical to our efforts to get rid of or to disrupt uh uh Strahd's plans. Play along, please.
He walks over and he goes, "Stay out of my head. You're looking for a missing girl?
Yes.
Did you fucking telepath? Stop doing that.
Where? Explain."
Grog points up at the hill at the Vishanti camp and goes, "They lost a small child. We are looking for the small child."
Tracks lead from the camp, or tracks that match the description of someone carrying a 7-year-old child lead from the camp generally to this gate, and she went missing yesterday. So I came to ask the gate guard if someone had been seen carrying a child into town, and he said that he wasn't on duty. So I asked who was, and he asked who's asking, and then I said I'm asking because I'm helping
You're
with
good.
the.
You're good. You're good. You're good. Grog starts whapping, like waving a hand in front of Karth's face,
I'll
and then
fucking bite
keeps
you.
One.
waving as she tries to have a thought. On the way here, since Grog was helping with the survival check, did Grog notice any, like, obviously it's tracks, but were there like any particular signs of conflict, like scraps of clothing caught on tree branches or branches that had been snapped, like a small child being carried by someone had tried to grab onto it and had been yanked? Like, was there any sign that this child was being carried against their will? Or is it just child prints? Large boot prints. Large boot prints continue on this path to the fair.
I mean, T did
Go
describe
ahead.
that there was evidence of a scuffle.
Yeah, there was a little bit of evidence of the scuffle at the edge where her footprints stopped.
Although,
It looked. I'll give you this because the two of you were kind of going over it. It looks like someone like violently shoved their way through the bushes. You see like a little bit of what looks to be sort of very uh 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 you found some hair that you kind of we're just gonna say you assumed was hers stuck in those bushes, and then her footprints vanish.
Okay.
although now that I'm thinking about it, a minor scuffle could also have been a dramatic reunion.
Yeah, see, this is the other thing. I mean, we don't know it was a kidnapping yet. We know there was a set of the girls' track. We know she's missing. We know there's a set of the girls' tracks and then a set of adult tracks that lead
This
here.
is Luvash's daughter, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, Casimir's one of
Sure.
Casimir's men came by this morning asking us if we'd seen anything.
Okay.
Do you guys know what she looks like? Because I just realized I don't.
Never seen her personally. Spec
Okay, I'm just gonna try and imagine
small
Luvar, whatever
child.
his fucking name is,
Yeah.
but smaller.
Never met his wife either. She died, believe, when the kid was born, from what I can tell.
Ooh. Ooh, like in childbirth?
Believe that's the story.
Ooh, ooh. Grog puts up both hands in the air. Dibs, mom turned into a weird, like, monster or ghost or something because of the traumatic death. What? It's Barovia.
No, yeah. I mean, that's like an option. Although I feel like if that's what happened, this stops being my job and starts being their job. And Karth points a thumb over his back at the Witchers.
Speaking of Witchers and Walker and Harold, what are y'all doing while we're searching for the girl?
Harold has just been following along, fascinated by the process.
Yeah, Freya's been following along, not fascinated by the process. She thinks she could have
Oh,
solved this one already.
what? I rolled
I've been
really well.
I've been following along too, and wanted to help Karth track it at one point, but I don't know if
Did
to
you
be
say that out
fair,
loud?
I did, and I don't know if anyone heard me.
I don't think I
have
heard you this
genuinely
whole
hear you.
time.
Yeah,
Oh,
you haven't
well,
come through at all.
Sorry, bud.
Also, to be fair, Harley, Karth doesn't know, or Freya doesn't know that Karth rolled really well.
Yeah.
What are you inciting, Grog?
Freya was apparently being very obvious about the fact that she thinks we're being stupid and could have solved this easily. Grog does not notice.
Freya is trusting the process, and by that, I mean she thinks this is not her problem. Especially because no one has paid us, and no one is promising to pay us. They literally said you are not going to get paid.
It's a quid pro quo. We find the girl, and then I get to talk to Aragal about his stuff.
Did he technically
but you
agree
get
to
to
that?
talk money.
Yeah.
I mean, trading in goods and services is valid, but did he actually agree to that?
It was implied.
So that's a no. So FYI, as we've been doing this, Walker's been following along, but she's been in the tree line, just following along the edge of that clearing. She's got, apart from when she's had to come out because Carl shouted on her for guidance, she's got light cast, the light cantrip cast on just like a shitty wooden staff that she's picked up, and she's just searching gently through the bushes on her way around because she might as well.
I mean, we're at the gate now.
Even the gate's not far from the whole thing was in a big circle. So as we've stopped, she'll just turn and start wandering back up the pathway towards the gate.
I guess it is only like a football field away.
Probably not even that on the smaller map. She's just essentially been in the brush line, just seeing if she's going to trip over a body. Granted, she's not jogging, so she probably won't fall over a body, but you never know. Hikers do it too.
Okay, so your guys haven't seen anything, Grug says to the sheriff.
Nope. Nothing terribly unusual.
I mean,
what I can
town
tell,
was really busy.
Kid went missing later in the evening. It was dark out. Nobody came through with a kid last night, though. That's something we'd have noticed.
Walker, when did you light the sun?
No, not the full sun, the cantrip.
No, I know.
Oh, as almost as the sun fell, right?
I mean, if you're gonna take a kid to go see something, the first sunlight they've potentially ever seen is like a good one, right?
Yeah, but if she was taken at night, that's already passed.
I mean, no, she can't. So, far as I know, from what Casimir's man told me, the kid went missing sometime yesterday evening. So, around when the festivities here were getting started, and ain't no one come through the gate with a little girl in that time through till now. So if you
How high are
can
the
see,
fences around it? Like, how impassable would it be to just get
it's a
into
wall.
the
It's like a wood, like a. Those are like full trees that have been cleared. It's like a log staked wall. You would have to scale the wall with the child, which isn't impossible.
How often?
But why the
I
fuck
will
would
also
you do
say there is these little squares here. Those are towers. Those are small wooden towers.
Sheriff.
Someone climbing up in between them would likely get noticed.
Yeah. Excuse me, Mr. Gate Guard. How often do people go into the northern side of the woods? I noticed there's no paths.
Not often, no. Nothing really up there but the lake.
There's a lake. There's a lake up there.
Really big one. Yeah.
I want to check for boot prints going north. And I'm going to bring Tyr over to do it.
I walk over.
Okay.
What do you need?
I'm gonna. Grog's gonna check, see if there's any signs of like someone scrabbling their way up the wall in like this bit. Since they came off of the path, they probably would have just tried to get in here if they did.
Fred, Walker, can I have guidance again, pretty please? Oh my god. Please. 18.
18. Where are you looking?
I just want to see if anybody came like off of this path and then just kept going.
No, you can't find any prints going in that way.
Oh, Rob, your help is why I got to roll with advantage.
Oh. Well, I'm also looking too, and I don't see shit.
Would it be a perception check or investigation for Greg to check to see if there's any obvious signs of someone trying to scramble over the
You're looking for something very specific, so I would say investigation.
word?
It's the
Nat
second
20.
natural 20 you've rolled. No, you don't see any signs. There's like the normal wear and tear, but you don't see any signs of anyone like digging into anything or carving any. There's no like obvious way to shimmy up these poles because they're tightly packed side by side, so you can't really get your fingers around them. So you would have to dig into them somehow.
Well, it doesn't look like someone scrabbled over the wall, so if they didn't come in through the gate, yeah. Anyone else got any fucking ideas?
What if they didn't go into the gate? What if... These are houses, right?
They're abandoned houses.
Okay. Where else would you hide? Like, no one's gonna look in them. They're abandoned.
Sure.
I'll go over to that first one.
Just
Given that,
yeah.
We give a quick knock on the door. I'm assuming nobody answers, so I'll just walk in.
No, nobody.
16.
No, no one answers.
Walker is going to take a second and just look around and then look at like this little band of investigators and say, like, dead serious, I do think we're missing some obvious facts here.
Okay.
I want us all to take a second. Just fucking stop and take stock and see if there's anything obvious we're missing.
Well,
That's why I asked if anyone had any fucking ideas.
I'll admit it was a little what's the word for when you do something hasty? It was a little hasty of me to, you know, not ask what the child looks like. That was a rookie mistake.
Okay.
Also,
Mm-hmm.
it occurs to me now as we sit here and Freya continues to wander away from us that maybe we should have seen if there was a magical way we could do this, given that we have at least 2 people who can cast spells.
She's also been missing from us for some time. Should we go catch up, or
Uh,
I figured she was sulking.
when have you
Walker
ever
looks at
seen...
Walker looks at Tyr like, do you think she's sulking?
I don't think so.
Grog, when was the last time you saw Freya verbalize or even like openly emote in a way that wasn't just her being vaguely disappointed in me?
I mean, you don't have to do that to sulk.
Like she
Everyone has their
didn't
own
even
vibe.
like she didn't even seem particularly upset when her brother fell into a coma, right up until she brutally savaged him in his sleep. It just...
You weren't there. She was pretty mad at me a lot of the time for not being able to solve this magical cave.
But I would argue she was even happy when she took a chunk of...
She was kind of neutral about it, if that makes you feel any better. Like,
Not
she
necessarily.
didn't hesitate, but she wasn't exactly happy to be holding a bit of her brother's back skin. I've seen people who are happy to skin people, and trust me, Grog pats him on the arm as we were walking. She wasn't that thrilled about it.
Someone knocking?
That was Grog patting you on the shin.
Oh, thank you. I mean, if I don't see anything like... Oh, are we all just going that way now? Okay.
Wait,
Your
did you go
system's
into the
fucked
house?
off.
Yeah, no, you were in the house.
Yeah.
Tyr comes out of the
It
house
comes
like...
out of the house.
Yeah, I was like, wait, where did they all go?
I would like to think that we did take the people we're supposed to have with us. So Harold is also.
I assumed we were walking and talking because everyone was fucking moving and still communicating with each
Yeah,
other.
I thought we were all
that's
still at
true.
the
I will say, Tyr, because you can pick, Tyr. You either can have that conversation you just had and go with them, or you could erase your participation in that trophy and still be in the house. Or erase your participation in the conversation, just say, and still be in the trophy.
I guess, I mean, I'll be with them.
It's up to you.
It seems like we went very quickly from let's go check out this house to let's go see what Freya's doing.
Freya was on her own little walk.
You know what? Fuck it. It's time for tier stuff. I'm gonna check out the house. Right.
Tier time.
Yeah.
All right, Tyr. Looking through the house. It's been abandoned for some time. There's a bit of a smell of must. There's also not a lot of furniture. It looks like the house has been picked pretty clean of anything useful.
Okay.
At least on the ground floor. There is an upstairs.
I would like to go to the upstairs.
Okay. You head to the upstairs. And most of it seems pretty normal, looking in the rooms. And finally you get to one of the rooms, and there is a bed still here, but fully like decaying. Um or long since decayed, I should say. Um and it looks like the frame of the bed anyway, um whatever's left of whatever was being used for a mattress, the floor for about a third of the room, and most of the wall behind the bed are covered in or stained dark.
Mm. Is this just like from not being used in a while, or does this look like a different?
Make a Witcher check.
Okay, I was actually planning on doing that, so I'm glad I brought it up.
That's a lot of blood.
Oh,
It's dry,
how old? Yeah.
stained, but someone was more than one someone's was brutally killed in this room to have leave that much blood. And you even look up on the ceiling and you see like arterial spray had stained the ceiling. This happened potentially even years ago, months or years
Mm.
ago. But yeah, this was the site of a fairly grisly scene.
I'm gonna slowly walk out of the house, and I'm going to go meet up with the group.
Okay. You walk by, the sheriff just goes, "They went that way. They just walked off. Like I wasn't fucking
I
standing here." And he like lights up, uses his hand to light up his cigar. Or no, he's got a cigarette today. He just
I
walks
give a
off.
nod. Then I go sprinting off, or I guess not sprinting, but light jogging.
What
I
kind of
meet up
armor does Tyr wear?
adamantine plate. Yeah, exactly.
Freya looks up and
That
she's
was
like,
all I wanted to know.
tears coming.
I meet up with the group and I see Grog, and I like hold about 5-10, put my hands on my knees, and I'm breathing really heavily, almost dry. And I'm like, blood, so much blood.
Oh, like fresh blood?
No, like years old.
Oh,
So like
yeah,
most
it's
of Barovia
Barovia.
then.
Probably not relevant.
Put my hands over my head, open up the airways, and I go, okay, all right, okay. But maybe we should check out those houses a little. They're It seems as though something went on over there. I don't know if it's pertinent
Yeah.
to what we were looking for, but might be
Hey,
important.
why are we over here? I was following Walker.
Freya's
We were floundering, and you moved like you had a plan. Looks at Freya. So you tell me what the fuck we're doing over here.
I did have a plan. The plan was to get away from you guys, and now you're here. So she turns to the gate guard over here, and is like, "Hey, where does this road lead?"
Oh, it leads on up to the to Lake Zarovich.
Hmm. How far of a walk is it?
Take far, maybe half hour or so.
Hmm. In the last day or so, have you seen anything of interest? Anything coming in or out?
No, not I, not I, not I. But we've been alert. You're talking about the little girl went missing, yeah?
You know about that.
Yeah, sheriff told us all to keep a watch, and we may not take too kindly to might have some different perspectives than them there up on the hill. However, well, the Dust Elves, they done right by us, and we do right by them. But the Shanty, well, we got our problems, but it ain't with a little girl though.
Hmm.
So we're keeping an eye out. Yeah, yeah.
All right. Keep keep an eye out. Could you tell me what's the relationship between the Vishanti and the Dusk Elves? Why are they hanging out together? This is unrelated to my
No,
previous
no,
question.
no. That's all right. I don't rightly know. Um, the Dusk Elves have well, they've always lived out that way, and coming into town sometimes, and had a right nice relationship with them, and they stopped coming in as often, and well, this was years ago when I was just a kid. You understand, they live a long time, and the shanty started living up there with them, and yeah, not sure why, not sure why.
Hmm.
Strange if you ask me, but what do I know? And I'm gonna say this guard, he is in armor. It does not fit him quite well, and he is definitely in like his 70s.
Uh-huh. Not exactly the most reliable source of information. I was like, okay, cool. Thank you for your time.
Oh no, no trouble at all. No trouble at all. You got any more questions? Hey, beats the shit out of just standing around here all day.
hmm, agreed.
Only
Uh,
really get people coming in and out from the fishermen that up that way. So not often, unless they're coming into town to sell a haul.
Can I ask a question to the DM? Can I ask a question to the DM?
Yes.
Do I remember? I, the player, feel like in recent discussions, possibly with one of, possibly with the hag, possibly with the sheriff, I don't remember. Somebody mentioned fish people and the lake and abductions, but they don't do that very often. Am I fucking hallucinating? Have I completely lost the plot?
no, this was a
It,
thing.
it 100%. You have heard mention of fish people abductions. It is usually fishermen. Like they don't come on the land
It's just
usually.
actively snatching people who are on the lake anyway.
On the lake or by
Okay,
it.
that's fine. That's fine. I had a vague memory and I just wanted to fucking check. Okay.
And that's one of those things where you've seen the little what essentially amounts to a tongue louse
Yeah.
that takes over people.
Yep.
You've not actually heard other than rumors about the fish people. Like that's not one that like everybody else goes, "Oh yeah, the fucking fish people." That one's a little more you never
That's
know.
niche.
Yeah.
That shit's niche. Okay. We don't like sacrifice for this, do we? It seems like a lot of work to go and sacrifice her to the fish. No, that's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Mm, it's not at the top of our list right now, but we'll keep it on there for
There's other kids. Like we
yeah.
saw other like relatively similar. Yeah, because Kath tried to give a cursed object to one. So yeah, that's
Mm,
fine. Okay, cool.
they're much closer children.
That's what you're doing.
Frey's gonna start walking up the road.
Grog looks back at Tyr and just kind of like shrugs.
Oh, I'm like following Freya. I'm like, okay, I'm going this way.
Frey gets a bit a ways away and is like, "This is not my investigation. Come on."
Yeah, you weren't. I was just about to. Weren't you complaining about not being paid earlier?
I'm still complaining about not being paid, but that's
Oh my
beside the
god.
point.
I will pay you 25 gold to pretend like you care about this missing child.
Yay! I love
Make it
finding
make it 30
children.
and I'll care a little bit more.
Technically, that doesn't mean that they have to help find her, just that they have to act like they care about whether you find her or not.
I don't.
I'm so
Why
concerned.
are you even?
Malicious compliance is a thing, y'all.
Who's gonna pay you for like the actual thing that we're doing? Like if
Which?
that's the only reason you do anything, who's paying you to be here?
Who's paying us to? She does the like motions in the vague eastward direction.
Grog nods.
There have been we've worked out some arrangements.
There have actually been a couple of interested parties. We've actually had to fight them off because of
Yeah,
how
we're
many
beating
people
them
want to
back
pay
with
us.
sticks.
It sounds
I want to
fun,
insight check that.
Yeah, can I performance to?
Be deception or persuasion.
Let me see what deception is. Okay, they're both -1. Wait, persuasion. Okay, they're both 1. All right, perfect.
Yay!
A dirty 1 versus a dirty 20.
Jesus.
Grog, you know.
So, yeah, I'm assuming they were not beating people off of sticks, and they're both fucking lying to me.
Mostly.
Well, hold on. You only know that Tyr's lying to you. You don't know that Freya's lying to you.
I wanted to perception check your guys' lie because I was perception checking Freya.
Insight.
You were the one who said, "Can I assist with a fucking performance check or whatever?"
I guess that's
Also,
fair.
I feel like I get the general vibe of the co-lie you were both trying to tell.
I mean, I am not maintaining a lie at all. I'm just Frey is just like saying shit. I don't think she cares if you know or not. But I could roll a deception if that would make you feel better.
Go for it.
No, we're good.
No, we're good. Okay.
Yeah. Greg just like when you're both like,
Eh,
people have been paying us for stuff. Greg just like squints.
I've been paid in money and currency.
I've received plenty of money and currency
Look
for
at all my
various
money.
reasons.
I pull out my gold pouch and there's just dust in there.
So, as you approach the lake, there is no map for the lake, despite it being an important location. You do see some fishermen pulling in on the shore. As it seems the lake's getting kind of rough. There's a bit of a storm brewing. Like it's going to be like a light rain. But it seems to be churning the waters, and some people are pulling in. There are some people still going out, and there are still some boats out there. Yeah, just some
Is that an
fishermen.
actual like I was gonna say, is that like an actual watchtower or like lighthouse or something?
You are not at Lake Berta, you're at Lake Zerabit.
God fucking damn it. I was looking at the wrong lake. Okay, there's nothing here. Okay, never mind.
Are there any fishermen currently?
Yeah, they're coming in, aren't they?
Yeah, said some are coming in, some are going out.
Hello, fish person, fisherman. Hail, well
I
met.
ain't no fish person.
Apologies, fisherman. Hail and well met.
What you want?
I am working to find a missing child. Has anybody around here seen someone come through the area with a girl child about 7 years old?
Child. Ain't nobody bringing a child out here, friend. Nope.
Would have
Too
been
dangerous.
late. Would have been late last night.
If anybody brought a kid out here, we'd know. We all live in the same hush. There ain't no kids out here.
Is that the truth?
Can I insight that?
You can insight them. You have to insight separately. You cannot assist one another on an insight check.
16.
Damn.
25 from Robert.
You think he's being truthful, Karth? Rob, you sense no deception. A little annoyance that his day being interrupted, but you do not sense deception.
I look over at Karth and I give him like a little nod, like he's.
All right. Thank you for your time.
All right, and he walks off.
I wouldn't mind having a look around for some smaller footprints.
Yeah. Yep, we'll comb the beach. And then if that doesn't turn anything up, I don't know. We'll go back to Aragol and tell him that his niece is dead.
If it doesn't work, we'll go back to Aragol and get more details about her, or at least some of the items that were probably in her possession. And we will start doing this arcane style rather than mundane style. Just
Technically
because it's not easy doesn't mean it's done.
Technically speaking, it would be divine style.
Only if it's only me working it.
You got another spellcaster in your pocket?
They both
it,
do.
So,
Freya,
okay.
Can I have guidance?
Yeah,
You already rolled. You got to ask for guidance before the roll.
What? Okay.
That is always been a rule in this group. You have
And
to
I have guidance?
Not if you're assisting Karth.
I'm not assisting. I was going to go look on my own.
Oh, well. I mean, it's
that is up to Walker whether Walker bestows guidance or not.
Thank you.
Roll your d4. There it is.
Yeah, sorry, I wrote it down wrong.
Okay. What is everybody else doing?
I'm gonna go talk to the a different fisher person.
All right. And Grog.
Since Tyr looked like he was off doing like tracking survivally stuff, Grog is just following after him because the currently interesting thing right now is looking for the girl.
Are you actively looking? Are you like what are you doing?
Grog's meandering after Tyr.
Looking for the light bulb over Tyr's head in case it comes up with anything.
So I guess my question is, are you actively participating in the search, or are you just kind of wandering?
That's why I said meandering. I am not. I mean, I can't be actively helping in the search because Tyr has already rolled, and I'm not
I
going
mean,
to
you could
say
be doing your
retroact-
own thing. No one else can roll survival, but there are other things you could do. But I was just checking. Okay, that's fine. If that's what you want to do, that's fine. And Walker.
Walker has Walker has walked to the edge of the lake
Mm-hmm.
and is looking at over the surface and is actually going to go ahead and cast detect magic.
That's 60 feet.
It's only 30 feet.
Okay.
But she's going to do that, and then for the 10 minutes she's just going to start walking the shoreline. So I guess it's a 30-foot radius, 60-foot diameter, and just keep looking out, assuming that everyone else's code has already combed like the ground part.
So you are looking out over the lake.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and roll a perception check. So you walk over and you do find another group of fishermen that are just pulling in for the day.
Never fucking mind. Jesus.
Freya.
Gentlemen, how are your catches?
Oh, well, howdy. Not too good today, not too good today, gotta say.
Is anything interfering with your work?
Other than the fish hiding,
Hmm.
no, nothing like that. Just a bad day.
Sometimes that's how it is.
And the guy goes, well, didn't help that old Pluto's shouting his head off.
Shouting about
And you
what?
go, oh, I don't know. He's been having a real bad run of luck, and I guess he's just angry. But he's just shouting, cursing the water, cursing the lake, and I think it's scaring the fish away.
Hmm.
And one of the others goes, I don't think fish have ears. Have you seen them? I don't know if I'd eat a fish ear. And they go, they got ears, stupid. They just don't look like people ears. How have you been a fisherman this long and not know about fish ears? It's like, because I don't eat fish ears. And this argument starts to, they seem to forget you being there for a second. The one that brought up Bluto
Hmm.
looks at you and goes, I apologize for them. Uh,
It's okay. I'm
yeah,
used to.
other than the stupidity of mortals. Ain't
Hmm.
nothing on that lake today. Luckily. On one hand, a good day.
Oh, nothing. Hmm. What do you mean by that?
Hmm? Nobody's mysteriously vanished from their boat yet. Nobody's been pulled under. Nobody's been eaten or disappeared or drowned or, you know,
Is that a common
maimed.
occurrence?
Oh, hell yeah. Lake's a dangerous place.
Hmm. What does the most of that? Is it your own mistakes, or is it something in the
They're all kind
water?
of shit in that lake.
Hmm.
What are you up from, Barovia or something?
Yeah, it's a wandering monster hunter. So, I've heard some rumors coming from town. Uh, there were some.
Yeah, no. There are all kinds of things in the lake. Wouldn't shock me if Bluto gets eaten with all his hollering.
Hmm.
You got mer people, fish people. Now, somebody said they saw a big sea serpent. This ain't the sea, it'll be a lake serpent for one. And for two, I don't know. That one seems a bit far fetched if you ask me. I ain't never seen it. And if it's that big, it's got to eat a lot, and how they're still fit. The logistics don't work out.
Frey, like, thinks about it. It's like, yeah, that makes sense. You didn't happen to, see any activity last night, did you? In the lake, I mean.
I don't know. Most of us, most of us are asleep. We get up early, start the day before sun rises.
Hmm. All right. Well, I don't want to keep you from your off time, so thank you for entertaining some questions.
I appreciate that you think I have off time.
Well,
But yeah, you got any more? You let me know. We'll be around. The huts are up that way.
before I do let you go, is there a uh, location where the mer people hang out more often? Is there like a city under
All through
there?
the lake. I don't know. I've never been down there.
Mm,
You don't really come back.
yeah, that
Hard
makes
to
sense.
breathe under the lake, you see.
Mm, that is what I hear. All right, carry on. Thank you.
Have a good day.
Freya's gonna give them a nod and walk off a ways, and then she's going to sniff around a little. Probably not find anything because it smells like fish here.
Make a perception check with, it's just a flat check because of your normal advantage.
Yeah. Perception. Yeah.
Nope.
Nope. She'll return to the group.
The group is scattered.
Oh. She'll find the closest person from the group.
So, it's probably Walker. Tier,
Yes.
with the highest roll, I need you to roll a perception check for me.
Okay. Ugh.
This child's dead. None of us can roll above a 10. We're fucked. We're just fucked.
No, you're just walking along the beach. You're not really finding anything.
I did roll a 19 on my survival check, though.
Yeah, no. You've cleared a good chunk of the beach down like this way. Like this is a huge lake, so you wouldn't be able to do the entire loop. But you've cleared a good bit of it. You've not found
Mhm.
and either of you actually have found a sign of a child.
Okay.
Freya turns to
I,
Walker.
Um,
Oh,
I was gonna say I'll just double back to the
Yeah.
to where the group is gathering now.
yeah.
Grog?
Grog was just following after Tyr, so when Tyr just kind of like wandered back over the group, Grog was just
That's
like,
right. I
ah,
was gonna say, Grog, you know what? Because you're not doing anything else, make a perception check.
sure.
Come on, Grog, be a hero. It's above a 10.
Ugh.
And that's with a 4 in perception.
Just about the same. No real signs of a child. Um, you
Oh
all
well.
you all meet back up here. And now that you've been told about it, you can hear this Bluto guy shouting. Um, where is he? He's somewhere out in the lake, not far offshore. Because if he was far offshore, you couldn't hear him. Like if you want an idea, like that's a boat right there. It's not his boat. It's just a boat to give you just an idea for size. So that's probably got a couple of people who've rowed out and are fishing for scale. But you can hear him sort of shouting and like sputtering and seems a bit delusional, like talking about the lake and how dare it betray him like this. He's always been nice to the lake. Why has the lake stopped giving him fish? That kind of thing.
Walker, your detect magic didn't pick anything up.
We haven't come around to me yet.
Nope, nothing.
I haven't found shit, and I rode like crap, so I didn't see shit either.
I mean, if none of us found anything, I guess the kid's not fucking here.
Guess the kid's not fucking here.
I guess we go back now.
Okay. Yeah.
Didn't say I was
I'm
fine
getting
in
bored.
the
What time is it in the day?
It's getting late afternoon.
Do
Early evening.
Does Walker feasibly have time to walk all the way back there and then make it back to town in time?
More than enough.
Okay, that's fine.
It was only like half an hour away.
Yeah.
I say we get more info.
Where's Kurt?
What's everyone's passive perception as you're having this conversation?
Oh, you were desperate to give us this fucking
14.
clue.
15.
15.
One at a time, please.
14.
15.
14.
15.
Low enough that it wouldn't matter.
Everyone with 15 or above, you can now hear Bluto shouting even louder. In fact, some of the fishermen on the lake are kind of starting to turn and look out at him. You hear somebody go, "Shut the fuck up! You're gonna scare the fish away." That is not him. That is just for scale, for boat. He is much closer to shore.
Is there something like attacking him?
No, he seems very angry at the lake for not giving him any fish. And at this point, at the height of his anger, he's actually now he's kind of switched to pleading. Like he's pleading the lake for fish. So what do you stand and watch? Do you leave?
I want to know what this guy's deal is.
He's sort of this sort of high-pitched pleading, and then suddenly it drops. And you can't hear him anymore. We're not sure if he's talking. And then you see him.
See him what?
Then you see him. Sorry, I cut out. Then you see him pick up this burlap sack and huck it into the lake.
Walker points.
Karth is in the water.
Yeah, no. Walker, as Karth is jumping in, Walker points and goes, "If that is a child, I will drown you myself."
We are double dashing. I know that swimming is like technically difficult terrain, so that is 45 feet a turn.
You also need to make an athletics check if you do not have a swim speed.
Is the water choppy enough for that?
Yes. It is not out to that boat. I keep telling you, that boat is for scale.
Damn, I'm not good at athletics. Who's good at athletics?
You're the one in the water, you dummy.
Other
I'm pretty good at athletics.
Ah, fucking.
I'm pretty good at athletics, but I'll need to take all my armor off so I don't sink.
Someone
Yeah,
cut
Grog
a tear out of his
isn't-
fucking plate mail. Someone.
Grog isn't wearing any fucking armor and sees Karth running into the water and then immediately, like, kind of floundering and runs in.
Freya's
Go,
gonna.
Carl.
Harold doesn't have to breathe.
Start walking.
Harold
gently.
just fucking sinks into the water, walking across the bottom of the lake.
Just
I look
just gonna iron
I look-
giant that shit.
Everyone who's going
I
into the
look
water, give me
quickly-
athletics.
I look
Including
quickly
you.
at Freya, and I say, Freya, are you going into the water?
Oh shit! Walker
no.
means it. Walker
Freya, can you
fucking
do me a
means
favor
it.
and watch my armor?
Freya.
So Grog, you, what are you doing, Freya?
Freya's gonna calmly walk over to the fisherman and be like, "I need a boat."
And they're like, what the hell's going on?
I think your guy out there just threw a girl into the water.
What?
I think
Oh,
he's.
Oh shit, he snapped. Everybody, look in the water. And you watch as a bunch of fishermen all start moving out with boats.
Yeah.
And some just diving in. None of them are diving
This
in to
is gonna be
swim.
real
All of
embarrassing
them are
because the
taking boats.
Lapsack is not a child.
Yeah. That's not a
and
kid.
then,
You're gonna be so stupid.
I will say, Walker. In line of order, Karth. This is a very rough water, and you are just not built for this.
Oh, oops.
You are treading water, but you're not making it very far. Grog, you're also not doing too well in this water, and I'm going to tell you why.
Uh-huh.
It's so cold. Like beyond cold. Like you don't really like going to the frozen place in hell. There is one of the rings that is frozen. It's not your jam. You usually stay in the fiery warm lava a bit. This is freezing.
Mountain runoff bullshit.
Yeah, and so you start like locking up as you're going. Walker, it is just you are striding through the wall, like you're taking these long. You're so long, like your limbs are just so long that you are just making it through. But what none of you see is almost at fucking speed under the water. Somehow ahead of you, because strain and exhaustion and breathing have nothing to do with him. The Herald is just fucking like chest plate mildly glowing in the deep, just moving forward. And Harold, you actually get there first, and you look up, and you're not that deep. You probably are about at this point, like I don't know, fucking know depths. 20 feet, 30 feet below the water.
Isn't it lengths or whatever? Not like
So, like,
marks?
Yeah, how many leagues are we
Whatever.
talking
I don't know.
here?
Is it like
It's less than a
10
league.
It's a lake. We don't need to get into leagues. You only do that in the ocean.
2 or 3 times taller than he is, or more than that?
More than that.
Okay, so quite tall.
And you make a perception check with disadvantage.
You can
Do,
see
do,
Walker
do.
coming. It's like Bob,
He's a
let's
revenant,
go.
doesn't he have dark sight?
Oh, do you have dark vision?
I believe I do.
think
Oh,
so,
then
yes.
just roll with then just roll normally.
Maybe have dark vision, or do I?
Oh,
Actually,
I
I
thought the
don't know.
disadvantage was because the water would be dirty. But I guess if it's runoff, then it probably is very clear.
No, it is surprisingly clear.
Yeah, no, I don't have I don't have dark vision.
Then
Really?
roll with disadvantage.
Shit.
Yep. Right. So, perception with disadvantage.
Well, that's horseshit. Revenants as an enemy have fucking dark vision.
The Raven
What
King.
did I
Wait,
get?
really?
You can come back. You can come back. But
Yeah,
hear me out.
revenant
You need to be sure.
revenants that you fight have dark vision.
I'm checking.
I
the
guess-
Look,
Google.
if they have dark vision in the
They
bestiary,
do.
yeah, no, you have dark vision. What is their dark vision?
Oh.
You have dark
Uh,
vision 60 feet. That is stupid.
Okay, I
So
guess
you
I
just
just
roll
yeah, I
normally.
just forgot that. So just
Fucking
regular
the herald voice. I
perception.
can't see in the dark. Raven Queen voice. Wait, what? Since when? No, hold up, buddy.
Sorry.
Oh,
Fucking
shit.
turns
my
that
bad,
shit
my bad,
on.
buddy. My bad. Let me fix that
So
for
it
you real
does
quick.
it does take you a second, but you do see on just hitting just outside of your dark vision, like kind of floats in and out. You watch as the bag hits the ground, like as it has sunk.
He's gonna immediately like just open it.
You slice it open, and there is indeed a child within this bag,
Aha.
Whew.
and she looks terrified of you, and just starts trying to swim away.
Drag her up, straight up.
If is she swimming upwards?
She's swimming in a direction. She can't tell what's up. She's
Okay.
she's doing that thing that
Yeah.
drowning people do and panic.
All right.
Grog having probably being able to, between the fact that the herald is lightly glowing and having dark vision, I think Grog is going to not try and swim down to get this girl in this awful water, and is instead going to climb into the boat with the guy.
He is just, you looking at his face, he is not there.
He's not gonna be there either when Grog hits him.
Grog's gonna send this motherfucker to hell.
I was going to say,
Like,
how strongly
actual hell.
how strongly does Grog feel about these kind of events? Because either Grog's going to get him or Walker is.
Well, first, would it be like, he's not all there. Would I be able to roll Arcana to see if he's just like normal freak? Would it be Arcana or Insight to tell if he's normal freaking out, or if he's like there's something
Arcana
going
to
on?
see if there's something magical.
We burned all our
10?
good
This
stuff on this.
no, Grog, I will say you have seen a lot of psychopaths and psychotic breaks and other things in your time. This does not look magical.
Ah. Grog just sort of cracks his knuckles and sits down because the boat. I'm assuming it's a standard like rowing boat with the two little benches.
Yes.
Puts his elbows on his knees. Hammer is definitely back on shore because there's no way Grog would have been able to swim through the water with a giant fucking war hammer.
No.
And she just says, "Hey, not having a great day?"
He goes, the lake, it needs fish. I need fish. I need the fish. I need.
That was the. Do you want to finish that sentence for me? That specific word it starts with a V. Did it end in an ictems?
Fish. I need fish.
Like, you need fish. What does the lake need?
Fish. The lake needs to give me fish. The lake always gave me fish. It doesn't give me fish anymore.
What? Okay, so what are you doing? I'm just curious.
Grog's
Lake.
grinning.
Fish.
Does this guy look like he's been starving or hungry or?
Medicine check.
Fair.
$16. Looking at him, Grog, he has he doesn't look like he was starving. You do see, and actually, as you're sitting there, you can sniff and kind of smell. There is an untreated head wound hidden under his matted hair. Like you can kind of make out where the mat is sticking to it.
Now I've seen that. Does it look like? I guess this would be hard to tell, but is it like dried blood in the sense of like I got hit on the head a couple of hours ago, or is it like a couple of days?
That's something you would need like Walker to look
yeah,
at.
that's fair. That's fair. Okay,
And actually
Um,
examining the wound rather than just looking at it.
that's fair. So are there oars in the boat?
Yeah.
I'm there.
Yeah, no, you the rest of you, Karth, you still haven't arrived yet, but Walker's definitely arrived at this point.
Just to be clear, because she is so long. As this man is fucking spluttering and stammering his way through.
Wait, hang on. Are you not saving the girl? You are now on the
What?
boat.
No,
with me?
Harold's got the girl. I can see him rising from the bottom of the water like a fucking.
He does
missile.
not. I don't know when you got that idea.
No, the
Yeah, I
girl.
was gonna say,
Harold,
You
meanwhile,
told him
under the
to
water.
rise up,
which
which
way, and then we cut to me. The girl is currently swimming away from the Herald, and we jump to me. The girl has not been
okay.
saved.
Then I.
Yeah, I was
I'll
gonna
go
say
get
one.
her. Okay.
No. Let me explain. One, the Herald would have to make disadvantage athletics checks to swim with the heavy armor on. But because he does not need to breathe, he is just hippoing his way along the body.
Okay.
The little
he does
girl
have
has
a plan, though.
moved away from him. So what are you doing right now, Walker?
I guess I'm going down.
Okay. What is your constitution?
18.
What is your modifier?
+4.
So that is 4 minutes.
Yeah, bet.
You can hold your breath.
No problem.
Okay.
Meanwhile, under the water.
Yeah, Karth, what are you doing? Are you going for the boat? Are you trying to dive under? Are you going for one of the other boats that have launched and are heading out?
You said the water's like super cold, right?
Oh no! Yes, I did.
Big man, I'm gonna need you to do something stupid for me. Himarath?
What do you need? What do you need? What do you need?
I need less nerves for a moment.
You need what?
Less nerves.
Fewer.
He's in my head. He's in my brain.
I don't think
doesn't necessarily mean he has psionic control over how many nerve endings you have.
don't think
B,
he can
you are
manipulate
asking the
your
guy who
body.
is using you as a vessel to let you
He-
damage the vessel
If
more.
he can control my body when I'm unconscious, he can turn my pain off.
He can
But
stop
will he?
feeling it. That's not the same as you not having the nerves.
Yeah.
That's fine. I'll take the
yeah.
cold damage.
You're talking about stopping an autonomic nervous system function, which is. I mean, you do you, buddy, but I feel like this one might backfire.
Okay. Karth,
Hmm.
you are still a lizard.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna get advantage now. And the DC is gonna be much lower. With your Constitution saving throws in this cold water. What is your hit points currently?
33.
Cool. Since you cannot feel pain, if you were to take any damage, I will remove it and roll it in secret.
Okay.
Cool. Go ahead and make one of those saving throws. It's not high, because Himarath is powering you through this now. With advantage 20? Yeah. You are fine.
Cool. I'm gonna dive down.
Feel the cold anymore.
I also have dark vision, and the herald is glowing, so I'm going to follow the glow.
Okay. What's your Constitution modifier?
+0.
So you get 1 minute.
Yeah.
Okay. As you all are diving under,
literally just relying on the fact that I'm faster than everybody else, technically.
Yeah. Little girl down there, you all are diving under and everything. And Harold, what are you doing? We're gonna move to you.
Harold, as the girl desperately tries to swim away, is just going to reach out and catch her by the back of whatever she's wearing.
Okay.
bring her back with the other hand, put palm to the chest and just put like, I don't know, 10 points worth of lay on hands directly to the lungs.
Okay, sure.
Smart.
He's then, once that takes effect, gonna try and make eye contact, point upwards, and then just jump as hard as he can from the floor of the lake.
Make an athletics check with disadvantage. Okay. So she starts moving upwards, but as you land, Harold, you look up and you see in the dark, just outside of your dark vision's range, a pair of rather large eyes staring at you from the depths. And that is where we'll call it today.
Oh shit.
What? What?
Oh man, Harold's gonna have to fight some Leviathan looking thing.
Well, I mean, they said there was like merfolk and shit, and you cut like it's difficult to come to the idea that throwing children in or some kind of sacrifice into the lake is actually going to improve your fish yield. Like, obviously, it doesn't happen, but like it tends to happen culturally, not just as one single guy. So there is a decent chance he has been like exchanging goods with quote unquote the lake, and it has been working.
We'll have to
We'll
interrogate
see.
him when we take him back to the Vishanti.
Yeah, as soon as he listen, it's gonna be interesting once Grog has confirmation that there is actually a little girl down there.
Oh, there's every possible. This is the thing. He survives now because we're all busy. But if I'd understood it correctly, and Harold was rising with the child, there was a good chance that I was going to use my fucking 18 Constitution to have her put him in a headlock and drop to the bottom of the lake. Like, let's be clear. We have fucking principles.
You do.
Walker does.
The
Yeah,
fucking
no,
Witchers don't.
We have certain principles.
they're not required.
The principles is no one
Principles,
paid us to
they're
care
not
about this
hobby.
child, so I'm gonna sulk and be bored.
I mean, I think legitimately on my character sheet, it's like any monster's easy enough to kill for the right coin. It doesn't mention anything about.
Let's see. I don't have anything on my character sheet to
Yeah,
indicate I
Karth
would give a
is-
shit about this.
Karth has been on the wrong end of one too many people doing blood sacrifices to let this one slide. And that's literally his whole morality system is, has this terrible thing happened to me? Can't let it happen to anyone else.
Has this terrible thing happened to me? Yes or no? Did I enjoy it? Yes or no? Punishment will be swift and severe.
Swift and severe. How many organs does this man need to live?
It's fine. Everyone else who isn't hot-blooded can save the drowning child from Jenny Greenteeth, and Grog's up on the boat, just having a polite conversation with him. We're all good.
Fuck.
We're gonna pull ourselves back into the boats after killing this monster. We're just gonna find Grog sitting there with like a pile of like sulfur and ash, and we'd be like, "Where'd the guy go?" And Grog's be like,
Grog, listen.
Grog doesn't have the hammer.
Yeah, Grog does not have their flaming hammer, so the only intrinsic natural fire damage they can currently do to someone is Vindictive Heart, which is a D8 fire damage if he attacks Grog, which is likely. What Grog does have is an 18 in strength and a proficiency in athletics. So you don't necessarily need a hammer to hurt a human person with the stat sheets of a boring peasant quite badly.
Yeah, actually, I was going to say, I'm pretty sure, Grog, you could slap this guy hard enough to kill him. If he's just a
Grog
regular...
doesn't have any augmentation, so I'm assuming it's a fucking... What is
It's
a normal
one.
unarmed attack? Just one?
It's 1 plus your strength mod.
Okay, so Grog does 5 damage per punch.
That would kill him.
Lol.
Commoners have 4 HP.
Yeah, a regular fucking villager has 4 HP. Grog
It doesn't
can
actually make sense because that means a cat, a normal house cat, could kill a person.
Yeah.
could casually kill a person.
Yeah, very casually, accidentally kill a person. So it doesn't really make sense, but...
God, Grog's stats are really funny.
God, you are the world's strangest barbarian.
Yeah, that is weird.
Is it?
Well, it's just,
How
you
does
got a lot
Walker have
of...
a better constitution than you?
Look at the numbers I rolled. An 18, 2 14s, and 3 12s. I didn't have a higher number to put in Constitution. If I had one, I would have. We also... Yeah, congrats. You rolled more 18s than I did. What do you want?
I think it's a fascinating decision that you put an 18 in Constitution and not, like, either of the stats that do damage.
Me?
Right, or Walker.
Yeah, because Walker's a build as a spellcaster.
Yeah, if I go down, I can't heal anyone. She's a combat medic. She's built to walk into combat and walk out again.
You all got some fucking constitution. I got 33 hit points. How many hit points you have, Freya?
I have 72, I think.
Oh my god, how you have more than me?
I have a feat that
With
gives
that
me
and the 20
more.
in strength, is this from being a fucking vampire?
Wait, you have double hit points and we have the same fucking constitution.
I have this. And I have... thought I had something else, but I think that's it.
So it is being a fucking vampire. How did you get a 20 in strength? Was it just your fucking racial bonuses?
I rolled an 18 and I put a +2 in it.
God damn.
Yeah.
Grog rolled like shit compared. Grog and actually no, I was gonna say Grog and Tyr, but Tyr got an 18 and 19. Grog has the shittiest stats in this entire party, but she doesn't fucking act like it.
And I love that for her, genuinely.
I feel like the 19 would be a racial bonus, but I can't remember.
I suppose as long as we're sharing numbers.
I mean, yeah, you're a rogue.
Yeah, no, that makes sense.
And I still jumped into that water. Like a fucking idiot.
You didn't have to do that.
Yes, I did.
You did.
It's what Karth...
No. Also, to be fair, Karth did because Karth's already on thin ice with Walker because he passed off a cursed doll to a child.
Walker doesn't know that.
Walker doesn't know that yet. He hasn't said shit.
Did it? Wasn't Walker there when we were passing out all the cursed items?
Yeah, but she
When we
wasn't. She wasn't in the room when you got the one off Karth.
So Walker wasn't in the room when the hag was reading Karth's item.
Walker was
because
there.
Karth did when the hag was investigating Karth's item, Karth did say to her out loud in our, I'm presuming, no, I know for a fact because I've seen the map, small room, that he already gave it to a small child. And the hag went, cool, don't do that.
Not this thing.
Also, don't let it be
Oh, in which
secret.
case, yes, he technically is on very thin ice, but she hasn't had a chance to bring it up yet. But she definitely remembers. She remembered that. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Listen. What? Realistically speaking, when isn't Karth on thin ice with Walker? He has also openly admitted to planning, or openly admitted to
Poisoning everyone in
designing
the town.
and planning to poison the water supply of the entire fucking county.
Mm-hmm.
So, listen, Karth's here to do a job, all right? That job.
So is apparently every like fucking Grog is the only person here to vibe. Everyone else is here for their own selfish reasons, apparently.
What? I'm literally
Oh,
doing that.
Everyone else is here because they want to get paid, or they want their own body back, or
They want their own
whatever.
body
I
back.
was literally sent by God. This isn't even my choice.
Yeah, actually, some of
Grog
us.
is the only Grog fucking not only chose to come, was not chosen by God to come, just came along with someone else because it seemed like a good idea. Grog
It's
is
actually-
the only person who's decided to kill Strahd out of the goodness of his
Grog
heart.
is in it for the love of the game.
Literally. So it's Grog and I guess no, the Herald got sent to do it for like I'm sure the Herald believes in the noble mission of killing Strahd, but did still get told by God to do it. But I'm sure Herald
Hey.
I feel like on a tier list of people who are doing this for good reasons, you've got Grog at one end, who's literally just doing it for absolutely no reason. Fucking the Herald and Walker, who are doing it because God told them to, but also they think it's a good idea. Karth, who got told to do it by God and is going to get something out of it, and the Witchers, who don't give a shit but are getting something out of it, apparently.
I would just like to point out that Karth is doing this for two reasons. The first is actually that it is a belated birthday present to Paylor and the Raven Queen.
Himarath is doing it because it's a belated birthday present to to Paylor and the Raven
Not like
Queen.
Karth
Yeah,
is doing
but
it.
Karth is the one who has to do the actual legwork here.
Yeah, but that's like saying
still
that
gets
walk
folded
into
into
your
got told by God to do it. Whatever the complexity of Himarath's motivations are, don't factor into this because Himarath isn't on the list. Karth is doing it because he got told by God to do it, and he's getting something out of it, which puts him left of the right of the middle.
Well, I'm
I
sorry.
do still enjoy that fucking Freya spent most of this morning being like, ugh, why the fuck are we doing this? While these people are being like, our small 7-year-old girl went missing. And both the Witchers are being like, should have gotten a child who was better at tracking, am I right? Try giving her the trial of the herbs next time. Yeah!
Yeah, child abuse.
You know what I was doing at 7 years old? Fucking
Getting beaten?
getting the shit kicked out of me in Witcher
In-
training.
Invasive genetic surgery done with medieval equipment.
And you know what happened?
I got superpowers.
Yeah.
I got superpowers and didn't get lost in the woods, so obviously I'm better than this dumb child.
Listen, the Witcher school throws you into a lake once a week just to like test your
Because it's the only way to
I mean,
get
to be fair,
most of its
swimming is an
occupants to
important life
bathe.
true.
Some of
Listen,
I'm going to bed, kids. It's 1 a.m.
yes.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Yeah, I'm heading out
Wait,
too.
Bye recording.
Bye recording.
Bye recording.